Good morning, YouTube. It is me, Candace, aka Miss Moxie22. Please do not mind me. I'm sweating. My hair looks crazy. I'm a little sick. Allergies are kicking my ass. But I had to come make a video because that's the point of my video, is making the video. So, I went to see my therapist yesterday for the first time in about 3 weeks. She was on vacation, then I was on vacation, and we had to do a little catching up, right? So I just want you to know that this is like a breakthrough video. Yeah. Um, so we caught up a little bit. I was talking about the fact that the last time I saw her, I was getting ready to finish school like for the year, and I was like all stressed out about it. But I like looked forward to the fact that when I saw her again, school would be over. I talked about this job that I'm applying to that I haven't heard back from yet. I talked about my trip. You know, I gave her like a brief rundown, but I also was talking about how I wasn't feeling fulfilled and how whatever it is not tangible. Whatever it is that I'm looking for isn't something that I can like go buy or see or something. I just feel like there's something missing and I don't really know how to get it. So we were talking about this project I was doing at the end of the school year, and it was really difficult for me. It was like a group project, and I was like having a lot of difficulties with it because the mixture of personalities and the kind of way that we study and all these different things. And I told her that like at the end of it, we actually got an A on the project, and I was like, yes, this is awesome. And I don't really remember how the conversation got to this point, but she was like, what it sounds like is you tend to be focused on the accomplishment, not the process. And I'm like, interesting. And I had to like sit with that for a while. And I was like, that's interesting that you say that. And I was like, yeah, I am really about the presentation. Like what it takes to get there is like whatever. But what the finished product is like is most important to me. You don't need to know how I sweat and bled and cried. You know, it's just what it looks like at the end. And a lot of my accomplishments, when I look back at them, are pretty much about the result. It's not about like how I got there. And I was like, but I've always been known to focus too much on the details and not so much on the big picture. So I'm kind of like, how is this happening right now? But I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Not to say that the process does not happen or that I don't express the process to some people or whatever the case is, but I tend not to like record the process in my mind. So this morning I woke up, well, I had been sitting in my bed for a couple of hours because I just haven't been feeling good and I've been sleeping a lot and whatever. So I thought about it. I said, you know, that's right. I really don't pay attention to the process. I actively like don't remember the process. So what's funny, and I think about like all these different things. I'm like, so let's talk about, like, for instance, I think I say like I'm a really bad driver, right? Not a bad driver, but like I don't know directions, right? So I always go, I can always find my way home, right? Like I don't know which way I'm going, but I can find my way home, even if it's local and I live here, and I'm just like I don't freaking know how to get there, but I'll figure it out. That's pretty much how I would do things. Damn, I look really hideous, but anyway, so I'll be like, I don't record things in my memory until like the second time, unless I need to, right? Like I won't remember how to get somewhere unless I need to. Like why store that in my memory? Like I might never come back here again. So why even like pay attention? That's literally what I say, and I tell my friends that when they're driving. I'm like, I'm just looking around. I'm not even like paying attention to how we got here. Think about like cooking, right? I'm the kind of cook that, you know, there are certain staple meals that you kind of know, but then there are other ones that like you might have made a really great dish and don't remember what you put in it. Like you didn't write it down. You weren't really paying attention. You were just like throwing stuff in here and there, whatever. That's me. I don't really pay attention to it. I just get to the end result. So then, so now let's talk about the weight loss, right? When I think back, how I got to here, there are certain things that stick out to me, but I don't really think I remember the process. Like, I don't really think that I paid attention to what I was doing. I just was doing it, right? Like, I had a guideline, but like, I was just focused on the result. It was the weight loss, the number, the whatever, but I was not really committing to memory or committing to, you know, to my being, like who I am, what I was doing. Now, I do recall, working out, and I think that stuck with me. But in terms of like the nutritional part of it, or just like how I managed like the entire process, really, I'm not even gonna like knock anything. The whole process, I really can't say that, it was like the one trip. Just get me to the end, like just get me there, right? And it is what it is. Luckily, I recorded all those videos and recorded the process, I think. You know what I'm saying? So yes, life is a little bit different in terms of I'm not fresh out of surgery. My tolerance is different. My environment is different. There are different aspects to the situation. However, the process, and I've said it in other videos, the process still remains the same. Like the weight loss, how you lose weight is still the same, except I don't know what the process is because I didn't actually commit it to memory. I didn't commit it to like my body's memory. So I think that's pretty interesting. Like, when people say like, I don't know verbatim like the words, but like, enjoying the journey or the process and not just like the end result or something like that. And the one thing I noticed is that when I was going to Maryland, I'm not a big person who likes to do like road trips because I'm like really impatient and I just want to get there. Exactly. The actual ride there was totally part of my trip, and I paid attention. And granted, I probably couldn't like get there the same way that I got there because I wasn't really paying attention, but I noticed that like the time that it took, because I'm usually like, oh my God, 4 hours, it's gonna take me forever. I'm like, I just want to get there. And then I'm all like antsy and impatient about it. But like, I kind of looked at it before I left and was like, cool, I'm gonna go take this drive for 4 hours. I'm gonna like enjoy the drive. I enjoyed the drive on back. It didn't even take long. It didn't even feel like a burden. It normally feels like a burden. So I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go rewatch all my videos. I'm gonna go watch my videos because I watched one of them like last week, and I was really inspired by the fact that I was like feeling some kind of way about like right here, and I was only 6 months out, and I was like, why am I failing? Rah, rah, rah. And then I lost like an additional like 80 pounds after that video. So I recorded the process. Let me go learn something from myself. And I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? Like, I feel like revamping and applying the tips that I gave myself to my 7-year post-op and sharing them with you guys weekly. I don't know what's gonna happen. I really don't. But I figure, I already documented it. Let's see if I can learn something. Let me see if I can pull something from this and change the mindset in terms of not looking at the process as a burden, but definitely as part of the journey, like I did on my trip. Because to be honest, there's part of the trip, the driving part of it was kind of fun. Listen to music, speeding, not speeding, making some pit stops, like checking the surroundings. Like, it was cool. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to refocus and start paying attention to the process, not so much the end results. So, yeah. Okay, I'm tired of looking at myself because my hair looks crazy, but I'm not ready to take my hair out, so whatever. Anyway, have a good day, people. I hope this helped you guys, but I'm definitely getting ready to just check in and get in tune with something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's time for me to grow up a little bit and start committing some stuff to memory. Practice makes perfect. It's more than just doing it once. You don't necessarily just get it. You you do it over and over and over. At least for me, learn by doing and doing it over and over and over. So that helps me commit to memory, but I think maybe paying attention the first time might help also. Anyway, so I hope you guys have a good day. It's getting ready to get warm out up in here in New York. It's gonna be hot. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want me to share some videos on it? I don't know. Anyway, peace out, people. What's going on with you guys in your process?